Hey guys, it's Michael. Welcome back to Michael in the Morning. Today is Wednesday, September 9th, 2020, and we have breaking news on the second stimulus check and second stimulus package. In today's video, we're going to go over how Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell unveiled a trimmed down 78-page new second stimulus bill yesterday on Tuesday. We're first going to go over the specifics of the new bill, how much money you will be getting. Some people could be eligible to receive up to $2,400 per month. And then after that, we're going to get into a couple of key aspects that were left out of this bill. And we're going to go over what it means for more stimulus in the future if these things will be resolved. But before we get started, it would really mean a lot if you could like the video down below and subscribe to my channel. It's completely free to do so, and it currently says that about 50% of you watching are not subscribed. So if you'd like to stay up to date on the second stimulus check, second stimulus package, as well as other money news updates, well then please be sure to subscribe. Also, don't forget, today's the last day you can get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below. And you can get $5 immediately when you download the Acorns investment app as well. So, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell unveiled a new trimmed down 78-page second stimulus bill yesterday on Tuesday. This is more than a month after negotiations over the next stimulus aid package stalled in Congress. This bill could face a vote for it to pass in the Senate as soon as this Thursday, which is tomorrow. McConnell explained how the package is a targeted proposal that focuses on several of the most urgent aspects of the crisis, the issues where bipartisan support should be especially possible in areas that they have already agreed on. It includes more money for school, new money for vaccines and testing, a second round of the popular PPP, Payment Protection Program for small businesses, and other aspects as well. McConnell goes on to explain on the Senate floor yesterday how we want to agree where bipartisan agreement is possible, get more help out the door right now, and then keep arguing over the rest and other aspects of more stimulus later on. He goes on to say that that's how you agree and you legislate. That's how you make a law. You find agreement where agreement is possible and keep arguing over the rest later. So now let's get into the specific details of this new stimulus bill that Mitch McConnell just proposed and that they will be voting on as soon as tomorrow. So the first aspect of the bill is that it would offer boosted federal unemployment benefits of $300 per week through the end of December 27th. And it's more than just $300 a week, so keep on watching. These payments would be retroactive to the end of July when the original $600 per week payments expired, and if it is approved, this $300 benefit would likely be on top of and in addition to the $300 weekly payment authorized by President Trump in August with his executive actions. So what that means is that if you are eligible to receive the $300 per week from President Trump's executive actions, all you need to do to be eligible for that is you need to be unemployed and you need to make more than $100 from your state government and unemployment benefits. If you're eligible for that, well then you can still receive that on top of this $300 passed in this new bill. So that means you could be eligible for up to $600 per week. However, the one thing to keep in mind is that President Trump's benefit from the executive order is being paid out of federal disaster relief funds and is only expected to last a maximum of 5 weeks. So just keep that in mind. So you might receive $600 for a couple of weeks and then you'll go back to receiving $300 per week after that. The next aspect of the bill is it would allow some small businesses to apply for a second Payment Protection Program loan. These loans, however, would be limited to those with fewer than 300 employees and that have seen a drop of at least 35% of their revenue during the first or second quarter of 2020. It would also reduce the amount a borrower can receive from $10 million down to $2 million, and it would give businesses more flexibility on how they can spend this money. There wouldn't be as many restrictions. Moving on, it would also provide $105 billion in education funds, about 2/3 of which would be reserved for schools as they reopen for in-person instruction. In addition, it addresses an issue that Ted Cruz and other Republican senators had said was a must in this bill for them to vote yes, and that is with school choice. This funding also provides money for school choice scholarships that parents can use to send their children to a public or private school outside their home district, and fund grants to eligible child care providers so that they can pay for cleaning supplies, safety equipment, and other expenses. Next up is it would also forgive a $10 billion loan to the U.S. Postal Service that was passed as part of the CARES Act. And finally, this new bill would also provide liability protections for employers against any virus-related lawsuits brought by workers. The bill states that employers would not be held liable unless the workers were able to provide clear and convincing evidence that the employers was not making reasonable efforts to comply with the latest pandemic-related safety guidance and standards, that the employer was grossly negligent or willfully did something that caused actual exposure to the virus, and the third thing is that the actual exposure caused personal injury to the workers. And then finally, now let's get into a couple of key aspects that this bill leaves out. The first and most major aspect is with the $1,200 direct stimulus check. Mitch McConnell explained how they did not include this in the bill, however, that they can add it in later on during negotiations. And the other aspect right now is that President Trump has talked about using $300 billion in unused funds for this $1,200 stimulus check. Ultimately, we can expect them to include a $1,200 stimulus check at some point and pass that at some point, because that is one of the major aspects that most people care about. It could help their re-election chances, and it's also the one area that both Democrats and Republicans already agree on. So we can look for that moving forward. And then finally, another aspect that the bill does leave out is that it would not provide more funding, but would increase the time window and flexibility for state and local governments to utilize their initial $150 billion in funding to cover revenue shortfalls. Democrats have been looking for $1 trillion in additional funding for state and local governments, but this bill does not add any more money. It simply allows state and local governments to use the money they were already given in more ways. So anyways, that is just a quick update on what is going on with the second stimulus check and second stimulus package and the new bill that Mitch McConnell announced yesterday. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to get your 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below, and get $5 immediately when you download the Acorns investment app as well. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video down below, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.